My name is Tom, and for the last 2 and a bit months I've been taking on my biggest challenge yet. I'm walking from John O'Groats in the very northeast of Scotland all the way to Land's End in the very southwest of Cornwall. During this time I've walked solo across some of the most dramatic scenery in the whole of the UK. For this final month of walking I'm joined by my girlfriend Isabel, and we'll be making our way down to Cornwall. This week we are in Wales. We make our way to Offa's Dyke and follow the border with England down south towards Bristol. Last night was probably a low point of the walk, but getting to this inn was so good. We've managed to dry our stuff off a bit and we just feel a bit more human. It's been really good to stop off here. What a treat. We actually had to stop filming yesterday because everything was so wet, including this camera, and it started like turning on by itself, and we just took the batteries out and let everything dry out. So luckily the camera seems to have survived, and so have we. So we've weathered an almighty storm. So this is the Bluebell Inn where we stayed yesterday. It came exactly when we needed it. It was a nice place to stay. Ah, blue skies. It's so sunny, we can dry off a bit.
Despite feeling like nice after that stay, I'm wearing completely soaking wet clothes because I decided to wear the wettest things to dry them off. So I'm feeling pretty chilly this morning. It'd be good to get a bit of a walk on in the sunshine.
We actually decided we're gonna stick to the low road today.
Just because yesterday, like, the water level was so high that we really were trudging through rivers on the path. We didn't mind because our feet were just completely drenched, but now we've dried off a bit. I think it's better to just try and dry off completely.
Even the road seems pretty saturated. Those yellow weather warnings, there's been flooding, people lost power in their homes and stuff, so it was definitely a bit of a weather event, but we're through the other side and it's a lovely day today.
Found ourselves on a suspension bridge. It's pretty cool. Guys, you know me, gotta get scared of heights, so I'm trying to think about it and just walk. Otherwise Tom will never get me across. Woohoo! Better than walking through the river. Me and Tom are doing a 20-mile day today. We've got about 4 miles left. We're just having a coffee break. We've been looking forward to this coffee break all day. I'm just sat in my little bag cover seat. Tom's built a bench actually just for this break because the floor is very wet. I'm quite tired, but I've still got some miles in me yet. After this coffee, I'm sure I'll be ready to go again. It is so beautiful this evening. It's so nice to have the sun out and just seeing all the little sheep in these fields with big oak trees standing there. Just appreciating kind of the changing seasons, all the berries and the crab apples. And the leaves are starting to turn. One of the things that just blows my mind that we are never walking alongside anybody else. I just didn't know that it could be quite so remote here. Tom said in his whole walk across the UK, he's barely been walking with anyone else. Not met a single other person that's doing the John O'Groats to Land's End. I know that Tom's going like a bit off the straight way, but you'd think you might meet someone else doing it. Nope. Just say hi to the farmers and then go off on our way, but it's so peaceful, so good for the soul to be out here.
What a difference a day makes. Today has been really nice weather. We powered on. I just think we're a bit in autopilot today, but yeah, we did 20 miles today. Guys,
I love camping, cooking. I'm so happy. Like a day ago I was like, what have I done, why have I come to this walk, but now I'm loving it. It was hard going though, doing 20 miles, and obviously we're going to have to keep that up, sometimes do more than that. If you're wondering why we are in a little bit of a time limit, it's because we have a wedding that we're both invited to soon. So we've got to get back for that.
We're actually approaching Hay-on-Wye, which is a town right on the Welsh and English border, and this town is on the sort of more standard route that people can take from Land's End to John O'Groats. There's a guidebook for it. So from Hay-on-Wye, we've decided we're actually going to follow the end-to-end trail route. It's going to be really fun to actually follow a guidebook and be a bit more structured. From Hay-on-Wye, it reckons we can get to Land's End within 18 days, which is just insane. I cannot believe I'm approaching the end of this journey. Like, for so long, it's just felt such an alien concept that I would be in Cornwall. But we're getting close to the point where we'll be crossing the Tamar, which is just mind-blowing. It feels like I've been doing this forever, and it's been such an adventure, such a journey.
Tom tells me my head George hat is pretty cool. Tonight on the menu we have got super noodles. Tom's got chicken flavour, I've got chilli flavour.
This is good camping, and I felt extra responsibility because Izzy came out to join me. I felt like, what the hell was I dragging Iz out here for? It was pretty grim, so I'm glad we've got some better weather.
Camping. I just stood in 2 cowpats and smeared it everywhere. Luckily it didn't go in the tent. Camping life. Yeah, what can I say? Yesterday I was in survival mode. I was just thinking, okay, we need to like stay warm, dry, have food, water. But now I feel like I'm thriving.
Good morning, guys. It is a beautiful day, which is so nice.
This is some very welcome sunshine. It's so lovely to be out here camping, just in nature, enjoying the sunshine. Thank you, Wales. We needed the sun.
We have ordered a new tent to Hay on Wye. This tent that we have now, it just couldn't cope with the storm we had the other day. So we're just gonna pack away the Vango, hopefully for the last time if our new tent arrives.
Oh, it's the end of an era. This tent has been with us since the start of our relationship. We've nearly had this tent for 6 years. And it's had some good times. It's taken us to the Lake District, to Scotland. And now we've got to say goodbye. My mantra for today is, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I don't want to wish away this journey. I don't want to just thinking of the destination. I want to enjoy each step as it comes. I want to embrace being here in the Welsh countryside.
We are currently walking down the Wye River Valley. We're only following it actually as far as Hay on Wye, which is the border with England, and then we're going to start following Offa's Dyke.
We have done a lot of road walking in the last couple of days, and I think my knees are feeling it. Did have a bit of knee pain in the night. The price to pay for such a lovely morning is a very clear night, and it was very cold. It went down to 5 degrees, which is probably the coldest we've had on this trip yet. The last couple of nights has been quite low.
We still have a couple of hours to get to Hay on Wye, and we've just had a notification that our tent has arrived, which is really good news, but a little bit frustrating because we thought the tent wasn't going to arrive for ages, so we had a really lazy morning, and now we kind of wish we'd got up and going earlier. But oh well, it's a lovely day.
The good news is it's here.
The good news is it's here. We are in the little grass area in Hay on Wye Castle, and we've stopped here for a picnic. Isabel made the mistake of going shopping while she was hungry, and now we have very big heavy bags. We've also picked up our new tent. We are about to start Offa's Dyke, and at this rate we're actually going to be up on top of it tonight. We are going to be quite high, so potentially quite exposed, and we're going to be testing out a new tent for the first time, which is definitely not what you should be doing. We had to decide whether to try and stick to the guidebook and head up onto the hills, or to stop here and then start the guidebook tomorrow.
Check out our new tent, it's so cute.
Then
We found this little tucked away spot because we're putting it up fairly early. We wanted to make sure we were discreet. But I love it, it's so cute. It's like got a lovely sunny yellow inside in the inner, and then forest green on the out, so it looks like nice and discreet, same colour as the gorse. It's really cute, and it's the best thing about it is that it's got headroom, so we can sit up and get ready. It's going to be really nice.
it is 8 in the morning and we're setting off. The sunny weather we had yesterday has passed, and we got some windy, rainy weather, and we're heading up onto these hills. Normally get some amazing views over the Brecon Beacons, but unfortunately I'm not 100% sure we're going to be getting them today. Last night in the tent was really good. I once again felt like I had my little safe space back. The winds were howling and the rain was coming down. I'm really pleased we bought a new tent.
Going up Offa's Dyke will be my first hill or mountain of the trip. It's not quite a mountain, but there it is behind me. It's looming ahead of me. But I'm quite excited. I like having a bit of a hill to climb. I think it makes it a bit more interesting, and you kind of get out of the mindset of just thinking I'm getting the miles in, and more like I'm going to tackle this hill, and you get so in the moment because your heart is racing, you're sweating, you're just trying to get up.
We're up on top of Offa's Dyke now, and the weather is crazy. But the cool thing is I'm in England, I'm in Wales, this is the border.
I like it up here, it's fun. The path up here is gravelled stone path, so it makes for nice walking. And you know what? It's not that cold up here, it's just really windy. We're up here now for, I think like 10 to 15 miles.
We've had a pretty brutal morning this morning. Driving wind and sideways rain, walking through the clouds. The clouds have started to clear slightly and we're starting to get some views.
Guys, I scrumped a corn. Look how fresh it looks. This cornfield has been cut and this was just on the ground. I'm thinking corn in our ramen tonight. We have walked on to discover White Castle, which is a 13th century castle, and it's actually pretty impressive. It's free, you can walk around. We were thinking about camping here because it would have been sheltered from the wind and amongst the walls, but it doesn't feel quite right. It's quite a public site. There's lots of people wandering around looking at the castle. I've realised with this walk, I go from 100 to 0 pretty quickly. But I was like, oh yeah, we can smash out a couple more hours. We just saw quite a good spot by a hedge. It's quite sheltered, and the thought of having some noodles crossed my mind, and a break quickly turned into the idea of stopping for the night.
We've had a little bit of a problem. Whilst we're eating our dinner, we noticed a big stream of cows coming through this field that we're in.
And I'd say there's probably about 50 cows
Making their way through the gate, and they more and more keep appearing. I haven't seen a farmer yet, but I don't think we should stay in this field with all these cows. There's just so many coming in. Decision has been made. We're going to leave because there's so many cows and they're just like herding around our tent, and I don't feel comfortable sleeping here.
So pretty frustrating, it's getting late. We've just had to completely pack everything down and we're going to have to put everything back up again in a minute.
Yeah.
We probably would have been fine, but it's not worth the risk. So
yeah, I think it's worth a good night's sleep just moving. And Tom's found a little area on OS maps, but it used to actually be a medieval big building. Now there's just a grassy island, and Tom's got us a little secret spot. Nice.
So since Iz has joined me, we have had a bit of an earlier morning routine, which has been really nice. It's been really nice just seeing everything wake up, seeing the sun come up.
I've come across this really lovely church, and there's a sign on it that says, "You're very welcome to use the facilities." There's tea, coffee, there's toilets. I can see a sink to wash our hands.
Just been looking at the weather forecast, and there's actually a big storm coming in, and there's going to be high winds, and it's coming in the day after tomorrow. So we need to get across the Severn Bridge before this storm arrives, because they'll probably close it and then we'll be stuck. The Wye Valley route has been very pretty with nice views across the valley. We've had some very challenging hills.
Feel the burn.
We are just arriving into Chepstow, and we're about to walk over the Severn Bridge. I'm just pleased that we've timed it so that we get here the day before the storm, because apparently they will close it for days at a time for foot passengers. We've made it onto the bridge, but the weather looks like it's turning. It's going to be a wet walk over the bridge. Crossing from Wales into England. Oh, the weather does not look inviting. Can you believe that a week ago we were at the source of the River Severn? It was a fast flowing river at the time because there'd just been all that rain, but it was a tiny little stream, and it is transformed into this.
Into England with a motorway on our side. We are now following our end-to-end guidebook. We actually just donated it to a charity shop, which sounds a bit silly, but we have downloaded all of the maps for the route on OS Maps. We are going to make it to Land's End. I can and I will. This is my favourite part of the day, when we feel good because we've walked loads, we've got our tent up, we found a good place to put it, and the food is cooking. I wasn't sure if we would find anywhere quite nice just after that motorway crossing. Sun is setting. Tom is tired.
I'm broken. Oh, we literally have 2 weeks left. Crazy.
Soak it up, man. After a hard day walking, I can just get into bed.